All right, so we're here with Vic from All City Animal Trapping, and today we wanted to talk about rat removal, issues to do with, anything to do with rat removal. Because when I went to Google and I typed in rat removal near me, there's all kinds of things that come up as far as dead rat in wall or rats in attic removal cost, or especially with attic, rats and attic removal and so many other things. So I wanted to ask a couple of questions and see for our viewers if we can be of some help. So first of all, what's the easiest way to get rid of rats?
I don't know if there's an easy way, but if they're in your house, the only way to get them out and keep them out, is to animal proof the property. Just find all the openings, and that can be challenging just because they are small. They contort their bodies. They can fit into all these little small openings that you might not really think about. But that's the only way, is to animal proof and then set traps, and that'll solve your problem.
And I'm assuming that when a rat gets into your property, there might be a place on your property where there's like a concentration of them, and maybe they breed there, and then that's an area that your company goes in and takes care of that, as opposed to the entire house, which could be quite expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. They do leave pheromones, and a lot of times, a lot of our customers, they'll call us in a year or two, 3 years later, because they're dealing with the same issue in the same areas, because these newer animals can smell those pheromones from past activity. So, we like to recommend a lot of times, if we can, like a spot treatment or some kind of sanitization or disinfectant to get rid of all that stuff, so it isn't maybe targeted by a
Gotcha.
different animal walking by or whatever it is that might happen to get a whiff of the pheromone.
Okay. Uh, what keeps rats away permanently? Is there anything that, you could just close the book on the subject and be like, I'm
I
never going to
wish,
deal with rats again?
yeah, I'd wish I'd be a rich man if I could find something like that. But no, I mean, if there's an opening in your house somewhere, whether it's on the roof or somewhere in the foundation, or it could be a vent that's not securely closed off, something's gonna find it. Whether that's a skunk or a possum, a raccoon, a squirrel, something's gonna find that opening and enter it, access your crawl space or attic or whatever it might be.
Okay. Can I, I'm not the most handyman person. My wife will attest to this. Can I get rid of rats myself? Or is it something where I try it, and if I can't do it, then I bring in a company such as you, Allstate Animal Trapping, and kind of go from there?
I mean, you could definitely always call us, but a lot of our customers, I'd say with rats, at least 90% of them come from other companies that haven't been able to solve their problems. A lot of people solve their own problems, but identifying those openings can be tough because they a lot of times don't do a thorough, every nook and cranny kind of inspection to make sure there's no openings, and that's what has to be done. You might have one vent that's pretty simple to close off with like hardware or stainless steel cloth, or some kind of chicken wire or something like that. But other than that, I mean, it can be tough. Sometimes they're just getting uh, getting in through a sliding door that's left open. Someone will have it open all night for the dog, and they have rats, and you checked up and down, there's no openings, and then they tell you, "Oh, well, I leave my sliding door open." It's like so. Um, yeah, it's definitely something to try. If you think you can take it on, then sure, that there's no problem with that, or no harm in that. But if you're struggling with it, yeah, you can always call us. We're open every day, and that's what we do.
And I read this online. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but do mothballs keep rats away?
They might help make them uncomfortable, but in terms of keeping them away, no. Because if that were the case, you'd have just a bunch of mothballs in every corner of your house, and you probably have to put them there every few months to keep them away. But no, I mean, I've been in attics and seen the rats run across those electrical devices that are supposed to keep them away. We've seen raccoons get on electric wiring, find a way over it to access property. So I mean, they're crafty, and they have nothing else to do. So that's what you have to keep in mind.
Yeah. And so if I have a dead rat in my wall, what's the process? Like, what do you guys do? Do you come in and break the wall, or do you punch a hole?
We definitely can. Yeah, we don't destroy your wall. We make a clean cut, obviously with your blessing. Whoever the homeowner is, the customer, and we won't do it unless we're 95% sure that it's going to be back there. And the reason or the way we find that is usually just by experience, as far as looking at the structure of the home, where the opening is, and kind of ruling out where the animal wouldn't be, and then the strength of odor and other things. We used to use cameras in the past. They don't work as well, but yeah, usually it's just cutting a little hole in the wall, removing the carcass, and then putting it back.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, they could go to All City Animal Trapping, and they specialize in trapping and removing all kinds of animals. And Vic, thank you for your time.
Thank you.